Shanti, good morning, everyone. So today, lovely Sunday we have with us. Nice weekend. So I thought we could talk a little bit about love, the Murli Baba, because it was such a powerful month to have a Vyakt month, 18th of January, and then to have the impact of that one day and a day such that where Baba left his body, which is not in the Lokik world, which is not usually celebrated, but for us, because we know the truth, we know what reality is, it becomes a celebratory day. It becomes a very powerful day. And then, of course, the whole month as well. And I think because we're just weaning out of that, sister had suggested that we can talk about 18th of January. So we'll keep it, if it's okay with everyone, we'll keep it more like a discussion, because I think you read this Murli um, a few days ago, maybe in two parts, 18th of January 88. So hopefully it's still fresh in our minds, and hopefully we have lots of questions that we can go through. For me, if I may add, it's a very special day because it's very close to my birthday, just a couple of, just 2 days away. So it's a very, I always feel very, much closer to, I think we all feel close to Baba, but I just feel a little bit more special being born on the 16th of January. So I go, oh, Baba on the 18th. Okay. And of course, I'd invite if you want to turn your cameras on, you don't have to, but please let's keep this as an interactive session. I just had a big morning. There was 3 or 4 other classes that just got done. So if I'm a bit fast, it's just my mind's been going since 2 in the morning. So please excuse, but please, I invite all of us to contribute as well and question, so it becomes constructive for all of us. While I was reading the Murli, even just the title, Baba often talks about love and power in the same. He will say love and power, but sometimes there doesn't seem to be a contrast. I wouldn't say contrast, but there can be a little bit of he juxtaposes it, love and power. Even though we know, of course, he knows that love is a power. It's a great power. It's one of the greatest powers. And he says, when you have the power of love, just like with any other power, it invokes a lot of powers. It can bring about a lot of powers. And it's especially for us Brahmins, and I think every soul in the world, love is an easy one. Easy one in the sense that because we all feel love, we all find love's, it's a nourishing power to have. Usually doesn't take too much of an effort. Love is not something that we don't have to force love. It sort of comes naturally. A lot of the other powers may take a little bit more practice, or a little bit more conviction, and a little bit more interaction, and maybe sharpening up to feel in our everyday lives. But I think love kind of carries throughout the kalpa very strongly, very powerfully. Of course, there's elements in which it's a bit stronger, and there are other aspects of my life in which it can be a little bit not so strong. But I don't think there's perhaps any creature, I wouldn't say just human souls, but even animals and nature, there's so much love. So what is it about this one special power, and why does Baba keep referring to it again and again and again? Got me thinking that because it's so simple, sometimes Baba's Gyan is so simple, it's so easy, and sometimes it can feel, um, maybe it's the body conscious aspect conditioning of me, that for at least 63 births, 2,500 years, I've had to I've been told something worthwhile has to be a forcefully achieved, I have to put effort in. Everything has to be, uh, you have to get something, you have to achieve something, you have to earn it. So much so that by the end of the kalpa, even the very basics, roti kapda makan, the very basics like food is also said you have to earn your food. You have to earn your food. And that's quite common. And I think what's a little bit more subtle is rest. We know we need sleep. We know the body needs sleep. We know the mind needs rest. We know, even my brain needs to rest, and the soul needs to not be conscious of the body for a little bit. I don't know the science too much of sleep, but we need rest. So many a times I look in this world and I feel like rest is something that you have to earn. People say, sometimes you can see little triggers like people say, until I've cleaned up, until I have finished off the day, cleaned up everything, finished what I need to, set up for the morning, I can't fall asleep. So that's somewhere a conditioning I have given myself that I need to earn rest. And I think it's in many households, it's from what I've heard, many people say, well, why are you taking a nap at this time? And then you justify, oh, because I slept late, or because I had to get up early. So you have to count your hours and be accountable for resting. And I don't know if that is very healthy. And I'm talking about the conditioning of the mind being able to, being have to, not forced, but I think it's more the conditioning that you have to earn, you have to earn, you have to get, you have to get. You have to earn your food, you have to earn your rest. And I know, well, I honestly feel that that's too much of that, to be aware, to be mindful, to not overtake. Yes, so you have to, earn rightfully, but to be too much that I can only have food if I've earned it. I only deserve rest if because of something, or I only deserve this because I have to justify it. And I think too much justification is because of body consciousness. It's because I've conditioned myself. If I do that, then I'll get that. If I do this, then I'll get that. Whereas if you look at Baba's Gyan, if you look at Baba's love, a lovely thing we've heard a million times over, but it's if you look at the vastness of Baba always says, I'm the ocean. He doesn't say I have a million times love. He doesn't say I have a trillion times love that you can imagine. He says I'm the ocean of love. An ocean is something where there's no depth, there's no quantity. You can't measure how much an ocean is. So the concept of being unlimited, being brought about so wonderfully, and I think only God can probably do that. Of course, all of our souls are unlimited. The truths Baba tells us, they are my truths too. I like them. I want to work towards them because initially, in my before I come to play my part, this is my truth as well. I am equal to God. I have all the powers God has. When they come number wise is when I come down and start playing my part. That's when they come into act number wise. But up in Paramdham, which is the ultimate truth. And I think more and more now, the deeper we go into Gyan, the further ahead we go into Gyan, we have to be, and I think automatically that starts happening, that we are that our vision sort of starts to flip. I wouldn't say it's the opposite. It might it might even be as strong as being the opposite of what it is, what the world, what this world planet, this drama, especially the second half of the drama, the Copper Age and the Iron Age, especially what they've told me, is things are limited. Things are, if you have X, you get Y. If you have Y, you get Z. So there's a lean on effect, and there's a continuancy on things, and there's a place where I deserve something. And I think where there's a little bit of where people can't see the connection between being, well, what did they do that to deserve this? What did they do that to deserve that? That's that can trigger a lot of vices in people. They can be jealousy, they can be hatred, they can be greediness, they can be all of that. Why did they get it? How come I don't have it? And that's very much looking at things from a very body conscious point of view, that things are limited. And that's become my vision, that I earn things, I struggle for things, I have to get things, I have to keep things. So it's very much a struggle and very much a body conscious perspective, which I feel is very opposite. I would say it's very much a contrast, and I feel it's very much an opposite to what the truth is. The truth is we don't have to earn. The truth is I don't have to deserve. And I would like a show of hands if anyone here thinks they deserved good. You know, if you think of the reality that I got introduced to God, not introduced to God, but I got God in my life, so much so that He loves me, He cares for me every single moment of my existence. He's keeping an eye on me. I might forget Him. He keeps an eye on me all the time. And I don't know if my body conscious brain, my limited self can even comprehend how vast that can be, and how much Baba can love me and care for me. In this today morning's Murli, which all of you will probably read a bit later, Baba was talking about having a big TV. So he often refers to that key. When he gets people to raise their hands, he'll say, there's a small TV here. I've taken a photo. And then he'll say, up in my region, though, up in the subtle region, the TV is huge. So huge, even Baba sitting here, he'll look around and his drishti will go around. So that's the body's eyes are going that way, but God's drishti is everywhere. So especially up in the subtle region, when he refers to that, it's everywhere. It's unlimited. It's all the time. And God's energy is not scattered. Like we are all scattered energies. God's energy is very contained, and it has to be linked to for us to get. It's not limited. It can't be earned. That's what I truly believe. You can't earn God. Throughout the half a kalpa, I tried to, be honest to myself. I tried to earn God. I tried to please God. I tried to get a glimpse of God, or even, I tried to go, is God even real? That was my whole effort when I became body conscious. Is this even real? Am I allowed to be? Am I allowed to even know what God is? So that kind of conditioning limited me so much. But then Baba has come, God has come to completely flip that around, to go, there is no such thing as deserving. Personally, I can say, and if anyone else would like to jump in and say, I don't think I did anything to deserve God. I'm a good person. I'm a nice human being. I'm sure I've done bhakti every other birth, and I've tried to get closer to the truth. But I don't know how you deserve God. I don't know how you deserve, if there's any such thing as deserving God. And then again, that statement is a very Kalyugi sort of body conscious statement, because there is no such thing as earning the truth back. Baba gives the lovely example, which is a very simple example of having a needle. You are the pure needle. You are the pure needle. All your powers, all your virtues, all your everything, all your kalai, gun, shaktiyan, they are all there. They are all there. It's just on top of that, there's a little bit of rust. You are this pure thing, and there's rust on top of that. The true me is full and complete and unlimited, just like God's. So God's come and given me that. He's unraveled the truth for me, or he's presented the truth in such a way that it hits so differently, that my effort, and I think it's a journey, even when we become BKs, or we try and we are doing all the right things. It's a beautiful journey from trying to impress God or trying to be closer to God, to becoming, not using God, but using his truth, his power, his energy to come back to the real me, real me. God hasn't come here so he can be praised, so he can be loved. He always is. He always is love. And that's the purity and the plain truth behind unlimitedness and behind all our powers. They just are. You don't believe in anything. You don't have to express it. You don't have to use it. That's very much when I come on the drama. You just are love. You just are, just as, and Baba has shown us that. And many times Baba will also play around with us, and he will say that, you are, why do you guys, I make you perfect, I make a golden age for you. How come you guys don't invite me to the golden age? He said, why don't you invite me? So Baba is just playing a little bit of, he doesn't want, he doesn't need, there is no concept, because if you want something, if you need something, that sort of shows that there's a lack of as well. You know, or if I say I need to sleep because I haven't slept, I need to sleep. So there's a want or a need that automatically means that means I have not slept enough. So if I say I need love, that automatically means that there's an empty hollowness of it. And that's not true. Love always is, truth always is, power always is. It's just because it got covered up with rust. So I started feeling, I don't have it. I don't have it. So that means I must need it. But God comes and shows us the only soul, the only being who's constantly and who's always in that ocean. He's always that ocean. So he shows us that mirror, how it can be possible. So if I look at truth from God's point of view, God meaning I am also godlike. I mean, and that always sounds, every time I say that, I get very conscious of, because it's such a big statement. Statement in the sense that it's the ultimate truth, not because I know it. I don't know it yet, but because God told me it is. Baba came and said, you are all godlike. And then he also says you are number one. And that's again in this, when we come on the drama and we start playing, that's not in Paramdham. In Paramdham, everyone has to be pure. Because he says, all of us, before we go back home, that's why he's given us this wonderful 100 years, 100 odd years, whatever. And especially now, more grace period for us to complete ourselves. So when we go back home, we are closer to the truth. We are more aligned with the truth. We can see the depths behind what is actually happening, because it's very easy to work on autopilot and go on with what people are saying. And that applies to all of us BKs as well. We are very, unfortunately, we are, we have that intellect, we have that vivek, we have that buddhi to distinguish between the BKs and the non-BKs, a term I don't really like, but from a discernment point of view, it shows us that the BKs, the so-called BKs, we've got some sort of discerning power. We've got some sort of alignment or some sort of inclination towards truth, more than just the surface of what's going on the surface. For a very simple example we all use, if someone comes and yells at me and is angry, everyone in the world would say, wrong, 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 wrong. Like, no, it wasn't. They'll find reasons why are they angry, or you did something wrong, very much on a surface level. What does Baba say? What does Baba say? Give them good wishes. Have pure feelings. Why? Does he not want justice for me? The world, when a worldly point of view says someone got angry at me, or they're jealous of you, or they want something extra, or they want to entrap you, they want to get something from you they don't deserve. So that's a justification the world is giving me. But Baba says you have good wishes for them, you have pure feelings for them. Does he not want that justice for me, that the Kal Yugi justification wanted? Does he not want my heart to be comforted? Does he not want the right thing for me? So we go, no, there is that, but there's a lot more of that, and there's a lot more truth of that. So if someone's coming, yelling, angry, whatever, I know I might go, okay, maybe they're upset. Maybe something's hurting their heart. Maybe they are looking for calm from me. Or, even when Baba says, when people come and worship, they only go to the idols. They're only going to go in front of the idols and bow down. Where else are they going to go? So Baba's given me all these tips and tricks and tools, which are the truth, but the deeper truth of it. So we start to, as BKs, we start to discern, oh, anger's not just anger. Yes, it's a vice. It makes me uncomfortable. It makes me want to react. It makes me want to do. But if I take a moment of silence and I go back into the depth of it, okay, maybe they're upset. Can I give them pure feelings? Will it calm them down? Not just blaming myself. Oh, I must have, a lot of the times you just go, oh, I must have gotten angry at them before. So it's a bounce back, it's a karmic return. Not just that, it might be that or whatever. That's not how I want to use the spirituality and the knowledge that I've got. I want to use it for growing myself, not just blaming incidents. If there's an event happening, why would I want to find a justification for it? I mean, you're welcome to, but I go, why do I want to justify that when that event, that person has given me the opportunity to go deeper and deeper and find a virtue or find good wishes which I wouldn't otherwise? A lot of bad things happen to all of us. And I'm not saying that as a as a curse, but it's the reality of living in Kali Yuga. It is the reality. Maybe some of us disagree, which is of course fine, but the reality of living in Kali Yuga is some people are not nice. Some people are driven evil. Some people do things to you, they are opportunist. Even events, governments, roads, the weather, nature, all of it has been polluted so much. So it's not being cynical. For me, it's not being cynical, but finding a reason or a place in my heart that I wouldn't otherwise might not be able to find. I'm a sweet person, I'm a nice person, and it's very easy for me to stay sweet and happy and chirpy and peaceful when I'm in a good group of people. When we're all having fun, we're all pleasant to each other, great, wonderful day. But the day a person who triggers me, and triggers me. Tell me if there's someone who's not had that. Triggers me and triggers me and triggers me. And sometimes I autopilot into, or the first few times, if I'm not that much in tune, I might autopilot into blaming and that or finding something. But the deeper I go into Gyan, the deeper I go into my self-respect, and the deeper, or perhaps the less I go towards the justification of this Kali Yugi world. I'm going to start taking this world for granted. It's a big transformation happening. I want to respect people for who they are. I want to leave things as they are. For me, if that's the starting ground, and I'm speaking very personally, if I can say, I'm not being cynical that it's the Kali Yuga, everyone's horrible. For me, it's okay, they are that because the time is that. That's what's happening, and I don't want to justify their behavior. My work as a BK soul, still present, Baba still giving me gyan, Baba still being connected to me, Baba still giving me the power. My purpose, my time, what is the best I can use that for? And not as a reaction to get rid of that person or to change them or to get rid of this event or to change anything, but just, am I able to go deeper into a space in my heart, in my soul, within my powers that I would not be able to use otherwise? So would I ever have been able to find compassion for such an evil person who has clearly come into my life? I didn't deserve it. Well, again, as I said, you can justify, oh, maybe I did something wrong to them past time, whatever. I don't think that I don't think that helps me heal. I don't think that's a very healthy. That's not how we should be really using spirituality. We shouldn't really distort the facts. So if someone's come and done something horrible, I can't just say, oh, maybe I deserved it, or maybe I did something wrong. No, they've done something. Now, what can I do to heal myself, to go deeper into myself? Use the Murli. What virtues can I use? Would I ever have been able to find compassion on such a deep level that the person who has clearly come and done something horrible to me, something that I don't feel I deserve, something that has never happened to me before, something that I could not imagine, or something that is horrible. Am I still able to go down, 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 deep in my heart to find compassion and not, again, not to reason that person out, not to get rid of that event, not to get that person irrelevant in my life? That it's going to happen anyway. And even if it doesn't happen, that's not the point. The point is, I've got the chance, if I'm truly living a BK life. Baba says, every moment I have to remember Baba, believe in Baba, go with Baba's Gyan. How can I use that, not to fix Kalyug, not to fix that event, but to improve myself? Because we know Kali's gonna get worse and worse and worse and worse and worse. So me expecting that because I am ascending towards Satyug, so I'm ascending by going deeper and deeper inside of me. So I can't expect the Kalyug to start suddenly everyone to become better, the evil person to suddenly become, very humble and very loyal and very fair. I don't expect that. That's their journey. That's not for me to decide. But for me, whatever event has come in my life, whatever is happening, whoever has come, I have to make the best of me. And it is, I wouldn't say it's it is a bit of an effort. And I think that's where Baba says you have to keep putting the effort in. You have to believe in yourself first. You have to believe in Baba. And if you've got a firm belief, if you've got this, nothing can shake that God's guiding my life. He said, I'm the architect of your life. He said, I'm making golden age for you. He says, I want to make you into a rosary. He wants to make me into a bead of the rosary. So what does that mean? Each bead he has to carve in such a way, he has to turn in such a way, he has to thread in such a way. So every event that comes into my life does not have to be my fault. It does not have to be a karmic return. And that's just a personal way of looking at things. I just go, God's given me the opportunity to become the best, 100% pure, 100% like Shiv Baba. He has never said, and I don't know, again, if someone's read more Murlis than me, please correct me. I don't think Baba has ever said that you are less than, or we are number one. Of course, Baba says that, Lord, but I don't think he has ever given even for the 8 Ratan, he just, the first two, Mama, Baba, that's it. They used to do that, but he stopped. Not, he knows who everyone is. He knows what my number is, 1 million, whatever, whatever. He knows each one's number, but he wants to give me the opportunity to find that out myself, to not be discouraged, to have enthusiasm and to keep working. So Baba has given me the opportunity. That was someone had so I'm in a new center in Melbourne, and someone had come yesterday for Murli, and she's not very well. She's got cancer, but she's only done the course about 6 months ago. So she was very very much bhavna, so much love for Baba. The Murli she was listening now. I said, wow. And I spoke to the other sister, and she said, oh no, she's very new, only 6 months old, and she came very much after she had very stage 4, something like quite severe cancer. So she was going through quite a bit, and she found Baba like that. So a lot of love, a lot of bhavna. But she goes, oh, I came so late. Her whole story, she keeps making, oh, but I came so late. I am, 90 years Shivratri, so late, Baba's, Sakar Baba's gone. So, and for us, if we can share, the depth of what Baba goes, no, the moment you come is accurate for you. You becoming a BK does not erase the rest of your life. It does not erase everything you've earned and you've learned and all the experiences you've had. You never start from zero. So there is no such thing as late unless I make myself late. And I make myself late how? Being lazy. the mo Excuse me. So when I know I need to do something, I become a little bit complacent, or I don't show up. The things I've decided, That's the lateness. That's when I become late. Not late is not the hours and the numbers and all of that. I choose, my brain. I think it was a couple of days ago. Baba said, no, yesterday only, Baba said that if there's a point in Murli and you listen to it again, but then you don't listen and then you don't follow through with it, then it becomes a habit. So it's about becoming a habit. That's when I become too late. Murli is still powerful. Baba was saying yesterday, then it becomes a habit. So if I've come even at the last second, and Baba says that so clearly and very intentionally, last so fast. Very intentionally, it doesn't matter what time you've come. You might felt like you've come late. I think I know when I came 2001, I felt like I was super late. I panicked and I wanted to grab everything and get everything. And I don't know if a lot of us felt that. Janki Dadi came what? 1 year late? Well, she didn't come late, but she got trapped and she couldn't come into the yoga. She felt she was late. So, a feeling, it's not about the timing that you've come, it's not about the year you've come, but it's what you do to accelerate yourself. So if you've got that, oh, I was late, Dadi Janki read the Murli 24 times. She said, Baba, I came so late, what should I do? 12 times, she said, read it. So that was her heart pushing through that. For all of us, we have this different journey. But when I actually am late in the sense that I'm gonna be too late, when Baba says too late, is when I'm not being careful. It's not gonna be the year that I came in 1999, I came in 1935, 36, I came in 2000, whatever. It's not going to be the year that makes me late. It's my conditioning. It's my how I take things. I go, oh well, I'm late anyway. Or when I start becoming careless and not paying attention to my own promises. Every time Baba asks, or in a gathering, he asks us to make a promise, or he reminds us of an original power that we had. Many times he will say, "Isko drid karo, make this firm, make this firm." And when you've made something firm, your mind keeps going back to that. And the moment you go, "Oh yeah, I'll do it. Oh, it'll happen," that's me being lazy, and that's me going back into I wouldn't say comfort zone, because that's very much body conscious, but that's me going back into known territory. I know how to live a body conscious life. Being so conscious, being true to myself, being unlimited, it's not new to me, but it's certainly something that is hidden, something that I have not used in a very long time, because of my own conditioning, because of the world that I have lived in, because of just the way law of entropy works. It has been hidden. So the concept of being unlimited, living in eternity, being all powerful is something I have to work towards again. It's something that is, but it is something I will have to be quite firm with. I'll have to keep going back to that. And it is little things. It is little things like not ignoring events, taking care of what I need to, but being more aware of my spirituality, being more aware of what Baba says, giving more weight to what Baba says. I have to have that faith that what Baba has told me, because many times, and I don't know if it's, many times people will say, yes, spirituality is good. Yes, what Baba says is right, but I have to go live in I have to go live in the real world. So that's a conditioning of our minds. And that's certain individuals, not a lot of us, but that's certain individuals. But hearing that from someone, I can check myself. Do I consider Baba's world to be some voodoo, hi-fi, something ideal that I can work towards, or is it the real me? Is it the true me? Is it something that I already am? It's just however I justify that to myself. So what do I value more? Do I value being like, I think in today's Murli, Baba again said, he was referencing to uh, don't be bossy, of course we don't get angry, but don't be bossy. So if we give the example of, say, a police inspector, he has to use stern language. He has to be forceful. He has to do all these things that can seem very aggressive. But then what is the reality of it? So our reality, does it get judged by what we're doing on the surface, or is the real me? What is the intention behind it? Same, I would give the opposite example as well. Most BKs very pleasant on the face, always smiling, always laughing. More so if you're an instrument, Baba will come and give you these wonderful powers and make you pleasant for everyone. But my checking cannot stop there. If Baba's made me that, or if a few events have caused me to smile on my face and be cheerful, my checking is what's going on inside. What is my true intention? What is it that where am I operating from? Is it to please people? Is it to be pleasant to people? So I can, whatever. I have to go deep inside and check inside my heart. Of course, it's good to be pleasant but I have to be honest in my Amrit Vela, when I sit with Baba writing my chart, I have to be honest in my heart, check more my heart. Of course, I'm not saying don't check what you've done, or you don't be going punching people and saying, oh, but I didn't mean it. Of course, we won't do that. But my checking has to be more what's under the level, what's under what people can't see. They can feel it. Some people can feel it more than others, but what's under me? What's my intention? Why am I being sweet? And I think that really extends to me leading a BK lifestyle as well. Am I leading a BK lifestyle to just tick everything off and be happy that I've done the right things? Because I know discipline gets me so much in life. And is my intention to get something, to gain something? Or even as far as, I'm doing all the right things so I can please God in a way, because I'm used to pleasing God. In 63 births, a lot of my effort has been to please God, so I have to check deep inside my heart. Of course, we're not doing the very rough, some people just get up at everything is I think I'll say this quite a few times. There are tick box PKs. And I'll say what I mean by that is people that do all the right things, but just to complete the tick box. 4 a.m. tick, 6:30 Murli tick, to either please the sister or even please themselves or something, something, something. I don't know. But my intention cannot be, of course, these maryadas are super important, but I have to go deeper into the meaning behind those for myself. What does Brahma Bhojan mean to me? What does Brahma, Baba is, and I don't think Baba says a single word without meaning. When he says Brahma Bhojan, even deities don't get it. Taraste hain. Brahma Bhojan ko devtaएं bhi taraste. They want Brahma Bhojan. So what is the meaning for Brahma Bhojan in my life? What does it mean to me? Is it, of course, some days you might be, it's just a tick box because you don't have the mental capacity, you don't have the time, so you're just doing it out of rhythm, which also really, really helps. But if I have a few days off and I am in that state of mind, check my heart. What is my intention for doing it? What is my intention for getting up at 2 a.m., 5 a.m., 3 a.m., whatever? What is my intention for reading the Murli? I have to go deep inside and check myself. Okay, I'm just mindful of the time. Oh, and I have not been paying attention to the chat box. Should we open up so we can discuss a bit more?
Yes. Shanti, sweet, loving Harman sister. Whenever you speak of love, as he said, depth of love. And the depth of love, like for me, I just got introduced to Shiva. It was never, never Brahma. But once that virus or whatever you want to see, a positive thing I would like to say of Brahma, entered your system, it was absolutely, absolutely different. Baba, one thing which he said in that Murli, which really, when Shiv Baba asked him about the children, he said, the children are my world. That one sentence which Brahma Baba says means so much. And I am talking about Avyakt Brahma. Leave alone Sakar Brahma, the ones who have lived with him, spent time with him, ate with him, walked with him. The it's so many stories, you could add. As you said, it's a lot for Sakar Brahma. Like even when the children used to walk, he used to say slowly. Deities don't walk like that. Walk royally. So many stories, I think, the Sakar Brahma. But for me, love is something different over here. And 18th January is the only time when Shiv Baba gives us a free rope to love Brahma. And all those songs, Mere Madhuban Brahma Baba, Madhuban ke Mali, or Aajao Brahma, Abu ka Teeth tumhe pukare, they just Teachify your heart, and they just take you to go and hug Brahma and love Brahma. So his life story is like the highest form of spiritual love. Just like a lover or a beloved offers her all at the altar of love, Baba also did that when he entered this house of divine love. Every aspect of his love was with only Shiva, madly in love with him. He not only spiritualized it in its worldly forms and relationship for us, he concentrated it on the incorporeal supreme soul, Shiva. Even though we were introduced to Shiva, we forgot we came through Brahma. It was, for me, it was first Shiva. But then, when I came to know what was the connection, how I was born, how did I come to know about Shiva, who was not there 4,900 years and all, it's something unique. I just
Mm.
cannot. It's the depth you're asking, the depth of love. When I
Mm.
remember when I was young, they used to say, we used to sing this song in the convent. God's love is so high, there's
Mm.
nothing above it. It's
Mm.
so deep, there's nothing under it. It's so wide that you cannot hold it at all. And this love is the love which has really kept us for centuries or for yuga and all. But Brahma's love, I think only we Brahmins would understand. I don't think still people in the world, as they have done so many other saints and all, my Brahma has been emulated like that. Anyhow, he didn't look for emulation because he knows he is zero without the hero Shiva in him. He does that. But for us, I tell you on 18th, and even Shiva was very smart. At times he tells, don't keep Brahma's photo, don't think of him, think only of me.
Yeah.
But 18th January is the one, I think he goes away somewhere. Probably he's a little possessive or something. I don't know. He goes away, he just leaves a total thing. So I think for me, more than sharing or churning with you, it's something which flows, and I hope it could reach
Yeah.
to that love, doesn't need words. Love doesn't need that. And I was asking Shiv Baba a question. You cannot give me drishti anytime. You need Brahma to give me drishti. So how can you say I cannot keep Shiv Baba's photo and all? So can you come and give me one drishti? You will just come over there and give me some vibes and vibrations and all. But it is
uh,
Brahma who gives the
Baba can
drishti.
do.
The
I can
drishti, yes,
definitely
you
feel
use
your
his eyes.
invitation, sister. That is so
Yeah.
lovely.
I, uh, there's so much, sometimes, like a small, I like the tall Brahma sometimes, so that I can just put my arms around his shoulder and hug him and all, like I
Yeah.
don't know, there was a sister, I don't know, one Prakash sister or something, she told me, I was just standing here, I saw Brahma over there, I ran and I hugged him. She saw Sakar Brahma. So such stories and all, I do it with Avyakt Brahma a lot. I think he's my WhatsApp for me. That
Yeah.
WhatsApp, is so close to was mobile. For me, I think my Brahma Baba, it's the WhatsApp on the mobile. So much I can talk to him, so much. Much can be said, Herman sister, but I think it's so much in our heart the day, waiting for the day for him to come and take us and go. But
Nah.
if you ask me
He's
the
not gonna
question,
come. We have to go now, sister. He's
yeah,
already
but we will become,
he's
but he
waiting.
has to come. Yeah. So,
He's
and
waiting
we are
for
going
us
to
to
be,
go. He's waiting for us.
yeah. Whether, see, I may say I'm ready, but I still don't know. That's why, see, here he speaks about loveful and powerful. He just doesn't sing. He's saying love alone will not do. Emotions do not go over here. You have to also be powerful. So it's a journey, I think, we are going on. And I think it's our love story with the world. Even though the world's greatest lover is Shiva, I think Brahma is, because I'm still corporeal. I'm still in this body. I look at this corporeal body, Brahma. Thank you, Admansus. A lot can be said, I think, but let us listen to other sagas of love. So many
Yeah.
people will be just waiting. Om Shanti.
Shanti. Yeah, that was lovely. I am corporeal, but I am not corporeal. I am told to believe, especially for the last
Om Shanti.
63 years, that I am corporeal, but I am not. I let brother, if I may, well, not quickly, but I wanted to touch on, because when you were talking about love as an emotion, Baba often touches on love as a power, not just an emotion. Emotion, again, is very much a bodily thing. A lot more. It can be a lot more fickle. But us as a soul, me as a soul, because I often try to refer to the true soul in Paramdham, in my supreme home. How would I be sitting? All full of every single power. Every single power is full. But when Baba comes here, Baba doesn't come just to take me back home. Shiv Baba comes to take me back home, but he also establishes Satyug, and then he also for going through this drama, which is just a play. I don't ever become a body. I can feel that because of my own limitation or what the world has. I don't ever become a body. I am never corporeal in that sense. I am always incorporeal. I'm playing a part. I am playing a part. So I get used to it. So Baba is giving me all the powers to go through the cycle as well. His love is true. Love, one power is enough. Because one power mean if I'm complete in one power, that means I'm complete in all the powers. It cannot be that I am completely full of love and I don't have patience so much, or I don't have any other tolerance or any other. It's not possible if I'm complete in one. So Baba often refers to love. I think that's why he juxtaposes it with love and power, because we are used to using love as just an emotion, but love is a great power. And Baba comes to fill me with all the power. So he goes, whichever is the easiest for the children, which happens to be love for some reason for most of us. He says, I'll use that and I'll fill you, not just to take you back home, but also to fill you when you come back down. You're in Satyug, so all the powers are also there too, so you can use them and they sustain you throughout the Kalpa as well. God is not very myopic to just fill you so you can take you back home. Baba always says, do the drill of the five forms, do the drill. He never says, because the ultimate truth is I am back home. That's the ultimate truth. This is just a drama, but I go through the drama. So God is wise enough or kind enough to fill me with powers and tools and things I can use throughout the kalpa. So me being able to discern, me being able to be loyal, me being able to be tolerant, me being able to adjust and accommodate, he fills me with, they are complete in Paramdham, but now I know how to use them. And it's not, with the example I gave, it's not a karmic return, someone coming and pushing my buttons, but it's something Baba is wise enough to fill me that, yeah, she's gonna need that throughout the kalpa. So I'm using that from the lens of the ultimate truth. Okay, please, Kalpesh Bhaiji, go on.
Yeah, Om Shanti, sister. Thank you, Harman sister. One question I I don't have, but this some questions from So there, there is a soul, we have power, we know all these things, but truth in the world, in the real world, that's soul, suppose it's a human soul and the animal soul. So Baba has differentiated कि human soul is a seed. बराबर ना? But how can we explain to people? So they are who are saying that there is means you can birth on, you can animal and like that. So how can you explain to them? Yeah.
Okay, so you want to know how to explain that humans are separate from animals, is it? That was the question?
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Um, so I don't know technically, but I like to go back to Murli for any question that I have or any curiosity that I have. Baba has very clearly said, you are self-transformers and world transformers. You do yoga yourself, you serve yourself, you change yourself, and you do service for others. So the basic foundation, who I have to convince that this is the truth, is just me. That is the simplest and the most holistic answer I can offer. I just have to convince myself. My journey, my effort is never to prove anything to anyone else. I can't prove love to you. If I have a child is born, I can't tell them that I'm a parent, you have to love me. If the love is there, if I am full of love, they will naturally pick that up. If they pick that up, not pick that up, that's up to them. My journey is to become a loving mother myself. My journey is not to teach my daughter, my son love. Same with powers. If I want to be if I want to be a fair person, a tolerant person, I just have to imbibe that in me. I can't, and I think that's what a body conscious, hustle and tussle is, because we try to teach the other person. I'm telling you, you have to be calm. And in such an agitated way, even if I'm calm on my face, like I am telling you, you have to be calm. So I try to convince the other person that they are peaceful and they should be fun. They should be going back to their original self. My effort, and I really thank Baba for showing me this lens. My effort is only for myself. Whatever I need convincing of is just for me. If I want to show off my brain and I want to be clever, of course, I can go and do that. Go read books, go find the science if you're interested in that. I personally do not have the intention or the time, or I don't want to prove anyone wrong. If they've got their views, I want to respect that. If they want to believe the earth is square and we live for millions of years, I bow down to you. And I genuinely want to respect that. And I want to learn how I can respect that more. Again, going back to the Murli, so I can use more of my compassion, so I can dig deeper into how I can have pure vision for even someone that's evil, does not believe in me, does not care for what the ultimate truth is, what God is saying. They don't care, they don't care for God. I bring everything back to myself. I don't know any other way to exist. For me, that's the most energy saving consumption that I can do and the way I can live. If
नहीं,
you're in, yeah.
Yeah, I am I am explaining them that the one suppose soul is a seed,
Yeah,
and just a mango seed. Suppose the mango seed is that's a gutli is a seed.
yeah,
So if you suppose कि mango seed is suppose गुठली आप बोओगे तो आम ही निकलेगा.
yeah.
कैन बी
Amini, first.
हाँ कैन बी उसमें करेला यानी वे यू कैन एक्सपेक्ट दैट. नो.
No, but I
So
can't
like
convince
that.
others, Raiji. I cannot convince a single soul. It has taken God for me every single day, 2 Murlis, 5 Murlis, 10 Murlis, repetition Murlis, and I know how many things over the last 23 years, and I know how many things have changed. That's God's power to change me. And I know I don't have the power to change anyone else, and I don't want to be responsible. I don't want that
नहीं,
burden to change anyone's
no,
viewpoint.
we
They
can't change.
believe
We
that.
can't change. we can't change, but we can say the truth only. We have to become miss. We have to elaborate on ourselves. This is you have to accept or not accept. So
Yes, of
that
course.
we can do. So that
Very,
was my question. Was there?
yeah, very true. You
Yeah.
only elaborate to yourself and you convince yourself.
So I am elaborating on that my part. There is a difference. There is a seed. If your seed is different, so that seed is different. है ना?
Yeah.
So likewise, I am explaining.
Yeah.
You have to accept or not accept. But
Yeah.
yeah,
I think that's an excellent example, brother, to tell them that you cannot grow a lemon tree from an apple seed. So I think that's a very good example. But yeah, you see
thank you,
where
sister.
how you like to use your energy and how much how much
Yeah,
energy
yeah,
time you have. But it's very nice to convince some. I think it's a very nice point of view as well to be want to help people and convince people. I am not negating that. That's a very wonderful
yeah. We
diversity.
don't have to convince other, but we have to convince ourselves. We have to truthful and there is a great Baba has given. There is a love, and one important I got that the love when you the level of love is day by day is going to increase when we connect remembering Baba, and it is a true because I am also feeling and was experiencing on that. So. It is inside whatever when you go to inside the oceans you get the nuggets yani ki you pearls you are getting. So likewise when you go deeper and deeper of love and connecting with the supreme power, so you are getting the all pearls yani ki this gold and
Of course.
uh, yeah.
Yeah.
So that is a very truth.
Yeah, and they all
And
help each other. I think that's the fortunate part. Baba says four pillars, Gyan, Yog, Dharana, they all help each other as well. So if you've got a passion to do something good for someone, it's going to help you as well. It doesn't just help them. So wonderful.
yeah,
Save eyes for myself as well. So very noble cause, brother. Very noble cause. Thank you.
thank you sis.
Okay.
And
Sis-
one other question I was can I?
yeah, just check with sister the timing, Sister Raki, if that's okay. Okay, she's not saying anything, so maybe go ahead.
I was
Ah,
muted, so
Oh,
uh,
okay.
I guess we are running ahead of time. Kalpesh bhai, what I will suggest is you send us a question because it will take another 10 minutes and I'm sure everybody would want to go to the center. So if it's going to be a quick one, you can just put a question to sister. Sister, if it can be answered early, do that. Otherwise, I'll exchange your numbers with each other.
yeah, Om Shanti. Okay, no problem. I can. No, wait. Okay, thank you.
I
You can just
come
type a
very,
question on the chat with for Harman sister and
Yeah,
we can
yeah.
exchange that later. Yeah.
Okay,
okay,
sister.
you can stay back after everyone leaves. I'll stay on. I'm okay to
Yeah,
stay.
that is also fine. Yeah. That
Okay, we'll
also,
have
if
a minute.
everything.
Yeah?
Yeah,
Okay.
no, no, if whoever wants to stay back can stay back. Let's have a quick meditation and then we can answer that question.
Thank you, everyone. We'll just have a minute of silence with them. Okay. Om Shanti, everyone. Have a lovely morning, lovely Sunday. There's a beautiful Murli waiting for you. You will really enjoy it. And if anyone wants to stay, we'll hold on. Okay. Raki sister, should we keep the session going?
Well, Peshba, you can ask your question.
Yeah, I want to ask that after Satyug, means when we have at that time we have a soul consciousness. After Satyug, what happens that we lose our
Our
consciousness?
self-consciousness?
Okay, and that part I was thinking about, and I got an insight on that. So can you because we have our some important thing, we have a mind power, and so
Okay.
so is it that we loosen our control, our mind that happened due to that we lose the loosen up the consciousness on our soul consciousness. So that I want to uh, yeah from your side, what is your insight on that?
Yeah, it could be. It could be. I mean, I don't, and I think it's very nice that Baba does not share every single intricate detail, especially the technical details. Baba doesn't purposely does not share. Firstly, because I think there's a mystery. It's nice to have some sort of mystery left in, why do I play this part? Of course, ultimately, all the truth will be revealed. I will know exactly science of every single little thing. But that's not always fun. If you go watch a movie, it's nice to watch the movie. And if you enjoy it, then you want to go and find out, oh, who was the director? Oh, how was this song made? So the first thing has to be you enjoying the chunk of your role. You have to enjoy living. You have to enjoy right now as well. And building, you are building the movie, your own life movie right now. So you have to build that as well. As to why we come down, um, I mean, I can only guess again because I don't know exactly what happens. And I think the first that we always, in our 7-day course, they always share is the law of entropy. How this earth is made is, or how the drama is made, it comes down, is just the law of how uh, how how planet Earth operates. So if there were no humans, it would operate just fine. But when a powerful energy comes, i.e., a soul comes, Earth is nature is very receptive, so it receives. So when we start going a little bit lower, I think that also starts impacting, and then of course collective energy as well. Baba says, especially in this birth, your unity, and what the Avyakti Share going on right now is about unity. So unity is great strength. And it also works the opposite as well. So if there's a bunch of, we try and create as BKs, as centers, we try to create powerful atmospheres, but then there are also bunches and there are also clubs and there's also groups of people that don't do nice things. So there's unity in that as well. So we start off on a nice note, and then because we have unity, the 9 lakhs, the 900,000 of us, and then a few other souls start adding a little bit later. Now, the very first bunch is the most pure. They resonate on a level, the next they can to God. But the ones that come after that have other inputs, have other intentions, have other vibrations. So those vibrations also start impacting me, especially when more and more and more and more of them come, their strength also grows. I am not especially planet Earth and me also. Everyone speak for themselves. I, as a person, I am not isolate of the world. I am very much impacted by Kali Yuga. I don't exist in my own little bubble as a BK, as a happy-go-lucky. I can't. I mean, I try. My purusharth is to go beyond the influences of this Kali Yuga, but the reality is a lot of these things do impact me. So at the end of Kali Yuga, I can see the impact a lot more. But then perhaps that's how the impact started, because those souls start coming very much or powerfully so after the cataclysmic change, after Silver Age, and so when Copper Age starts, a lot more of them come. So that impact, it grows and grows and grows, because the quality of their soul, what vibration they resonate on, what things they value, what do they want more in life, what do they put, they still have energy, but what do they put it towards? So those energies start impacting the pure souls as well. Very less so. I don't think any of us ever become purely evil. I don't know if there are purely evil souls in the world. I don't know that much science, but everything is sort of a everything is interlinked. So I impact matter, so other souls are also impacting matter, and then nature impacts me as well, matter impacts me back. My body, for example, I think the dadis used to say, they feel very sorry for newborn children now, because I mean the soul's sparkling, the soul knows it's probably the very end of the kalpa, maybe their last birth, and they want to get everything done, but the body is made out of 5 elements, and the elements are extremely impure. And I think a lot of us have heard, like I'm from Punjab, so roti is a big deal. And my grandma and my great grandma always used to say, the wheat now does not taste the same that it did 20, 30, 40, 50, 60, 80 years ago. So even the quality of soil has degraded so much. We can see water degraded. We can see air. Some of you might live in Delhi. We've all heard the news. Anyway, everything has degraded so much, so how can it not impact me? So perhaps that's part of me being impacted, part of me being human. But again, going back to the 18th January Murli, Baba gives you love. He fills you with love. He gives you conviction, but he also wants for you to be ready to face the whole kalpa, to have tools to not get completely. Of course, I will be impacted, but I don't want to be completely sucked into, and I don't want to be dragged down by the atrocities of the world, which I inevitably will be. But the more tools I have, the more faith and a more trust and a more love I have for myself, the more confident I can be, or the more I can enjoy this drama of it will fall down. So it's not a disheartening. It's not a curse. It's not something, why am I falling down the ladder? That's how it is. Everyone deserves
Process.
a chance to come down. Anji?
It's a process. It's a
It's a process. It's a process for sure.
thank you,
Wonderful.
thank you.
Keep churning, brother. Good points. Please excuse me. I'll just quickly
Om
read what.
Shanti. Om Shanti. Sister, I would like to bring out that the Kalpesh bhai, what he asked the question, yes,
Yeah.
definitely the drama will become beautiful. I mean, if there is no degradation, then that's what I mean. Degradation creates basically the variety, different types of souls,
Yeah.
based on. So that's why in any movie also, if it is there is a climax and there's a kind of a hero as well as a villain and all that, it makes the movie very interesting. That is the real entertainment from the drama, and
Absolutely.
that's what the soul conscious stage also looks at these different stages, Sato, Rajo, Tamo. Now, as a Brahmin soul, we have come to know that every soul, when playing a role on the stage, has to go through all these 3 stages, and that's why the God has to come and onto the stage as a director, and then brings the consciousness that who am I? Who am I actually? I am actually different from this drama. I'm detached. And the real me is always full of all power and love, as you brought out. So that regaining that consciousness is a power which God brings the confidence age, which is empowering the souls to come back to from tamo to sato again. So that cycle goes on, this eternal cycle goes on, and it's like a tree. One another example, suppose seed is a seed, then there's a small two leaves will come and all that, and then will become a plant and then become a tree. If it remains like one stage only, then it doesn't look nice, you know. It has to
Mm.
grow big and then bear fruits, and then again, so that cycle goes on. That is what is the beauty of the nature, and that's what is the eternal beauty. Om
That's a lovely, and I think that's a very lovely example because no matter, often you say, and it's a quite a common example. They say, what's your favorite fruit? Might be X, Y, whatever. Mango, for example. But if you had to eat mango every single day, every single day, every single day, breakfast, lunch, dinner, every single day, I don't know how many of us would still love it. I think a point will come where the sight of mango will sicken you. You will not, you will vomit at the sight of a mango because maybe that's just human nature. We love things but we want to change it over. And that's the beauty of world. We would love Satyug, but perhaps it's the beauty of my inner calling. I want change. I also want to know how will I survive in a world where I want to live in a world where everyone's harmonious and we love each other and we are playful. But perhaps there's a calling deep inside where I also want to know, well, what happens when it's not so harmonious? Well, how do I operate when people are a little bit mean? How do I operate when I'm not perfect? So maybe it's a calling, and that's why we choose to come down. I don't know. Lots to discuss and lots to think. Okay. Should I just read the few people have written in the chat, and then we can finish off?
Yes.
Yeah, okay, so Brother Om, BK Om, Baba says a soul in the absolute soul conscious stage will enjoy the events, nature, etc. as an entertainment. The external scenes are part of the drama, Mickey Mouse cartoon show. The soul discerns Maya that plays in different forms, a cat, a dog, or a mouse. An easy yogi will be a detached observer and experience the company of God irrespective of external scenes. And he's written also, that's the eternal drama governed by the law of entropy, generation. Everything grows through the Sato Rajo Tamo stage while on the stage. Lovely. Vinod Bhai has written, love means care, tolerance, patience, silence, power to protect, timeliness, being together, spending time, writing, talking to one another. It can bring anger, violence if it turns into attachment. Very true. Maybe it also means being straightforward, sharing limitations, and truthfulness. Very much so, very much so. To be able to empower others to an extent, one remains strong. Very nice. And Girijaji has written, Baba himself asks us, what about you? Did with what I gave you in the beginning. He says, "Jo maine diya tha Satyug, what have you done to that?" He does ask that. Okay, wonderful churning. Thank you all of you for sticking around, even 15 minutes past. I hope you have a lovely, lovely Sunday and a wonderful week ahead. Anything else to add, sister?
No, thank you so much for investing the time and giving us that different churning space to look at. So thank you, Baba. Thank you, Herman sister. Thank you, Divine Family. We meet tomorrow morning with a new Murli to read. Have a wonderful day. Thank you.
Om Shanti.